Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to discuss the interview question, most important interview question which asked in the Infosys. Um, so let's get started. Before we jump into the question, let's quickly understand the interview process in a most companies for the automation test role. This time we will discuss the most important question, most important question for the Infosys as a automation tester role. Typically, you will have a round one, round two, and round three. So in the round one, there is a technical screening, means coding and Selenium question will ask. In the round one, there is a hands-on assignment or the automation framework discussion, and the round three will be the managerial or the HR round. So now let's start with the first real-time question. So our the first real-time question is how to explain the automation project in the interview. You all know guys, this is the most important question. So ये क्वेश्चन एक तो राउंड वन में पूछेगा या राउंड टू में पूछेगा, बट ये क्वेश्चन तो आपको फेस करना ही पड़ेगा बिकॉज दिस इज द मोस्ट important question. So for this question I have created the separate video, so you have to check from my video section if you didn't see this video. So how to explain your automation project in the interview? So first we have to explain our the project where you, then why we are using the automations over the manual testing. So in this way we have to tell, then which type of framework we have used, then we have to explain the Selenium which project component that which we are using in the project, then why we use the how test script were executed, how Jenkins was used as a CI/CD, and which challenges you have faced, what type of report you have generated. All these questions I have covered in the last video. So please go to my the video section and the check from their video. So the next question is, what is unit testing framework are you using in the framework? So basically unit testing framework means the TestNG and the JUnit are the testing framework we use in our project. So how to tell them? In our project we use the TestNG as our unit testing framework because it provides a better control over the test execution, parallel execution support, and the advanced reporting. Additionally, I have experience with the JUnit, but TestNG is a more suitable for the automation testing. So first we have to give the quick introduction about the testing framework, means why we are using the testing framework where over a JUnit, because इंडस्ट्री में दो फ्रेमवर्क है, एक द टेस्ट एनजी एंड द JUnit. So हमको एक्सप्लेन करना पड़ेगा कि why we are using JUnit over the why we are using the test ng over the JUnit. So in this way we have to explain the answer in the interview. So why TestNG over JUnit? We choose the TestNG over JUnit because it support annotation like the @ data provider for the parameterization, @ listener for logging, and the depends on method for the test dependency, which make our automation more flexible and the maintainable. So ये जनरल भी सवाल पूछ सकता है कि why you are using the TestNG in your framework. So, how to implement the TestNG in our project? So, we use the TestNG for writing test cases, managing assertion, handling retries for the failed test cases, and generating test reported. It is integrated with the Maven and Jenkins for a CI/CD execution. So, in this way, we have to write a code for the TestNG. So, in this example, we are using the assert in a TestNG. Like we have to check the actual title with the expected title. So for that we are using the assert equal method. In this way, first we have to write actual title and the expected title, and we have to compare that it is uh, match or not. So the whole this answer how to explain in the interview. So in this example we use the TestNG to validate the login page title. The @ annotation define the test cases. Here we are using the uh, here we are using the @ test annotations. so why we are using an added test annotation? It define the test cases, and here we use the assert equal, which verify the expected versus actual result, and this approach ensure proper test validation and the structure execution. So as a conclusion, TestNG help us run a test efficiently, handle dependency, and the generate report, making it ideal for the Selenium automation testing. So in this way, we have to explain that what unique testing we are using in our framework. So basically, we are using the TestNG framework over JUnit because it support the more annotation as compared to JUnit. Also, it has a different assert method for the test execution. So the next question is different between the JUnit and the TestNG. So JUnit and the TestNG are both unit testing framework which is used for the Java-based testing. JUnit is widely used for the unit testing while TestNG more feature rich and the preferred for the Selenium automation testing due to its advanced capability like parallel execution and the more annotation. So now we will compare between the JUnit and the TestNG framework. So annotation like added before, added after, and added test are present in the JUnit. But in the TestNG we use added before method, after method, added test, app before suit, and the app data provider in the TestNG. When we talk about dependency handling, so no built-in support in the JUnit, but in the TestNG, it support the depends on method to control the execution order. As we talk about parallel execution, JUnit does not support parallel execution directly, but the TestNG support parallel execution via TestNG.xml. And the parameterized test means when we talk about the parameterization in the JUnit, we use the added parameterized test annotation in the JUnit. But when we use the parameterization concept in the TestNG, we use the added data provider, which is more flexible. As we talk about the test configuration file, there is no XML configuration in the JUnit present, but in the TestNG we use the TestNG.xml XML file for the flexible test execution. Grouping test is not available in the JUnit, but in the TestNG it support the groups for the test categorization. Assertion means use assert class in the JUnit, and it also support assert class with a more flexibility. Listener support means in the JUnit there is a limited supported for the listener concept, but in the TestNG it support added listener and I reporter for logging and the report. When we talk about the retry fail test, so in the JUnit we require the external implementation, but in the TestNG we require it support the iRetry analyzation to rerun the fail test. So JUnit uses the added before and after, while TestNG uses added before method and the after method. TestNG provides more flexibility with the execution control. So after explaining this question, interviewer asks this question like which one to use and the why. Means ये सब एक्सप्लेन करने के बाद इंटरव्यूअर हमको ये भी पूछ सकता है कि why you are going to use the test engine or JUnit. So we have to explain like this. For Selenium automation testing, TestNG is preferred because it supports parallel execution, test dependency management, and the built-in reporting. And also, TestNG have a more annotation as compared to the JUnit. So for pure unit testing, JUnit is more commonly used in the Java. If the interviewer asks which one do you use, so we have to respond like this. So in my project we use the TestNG because of its flexibility, execution control, and the integration with Selenium and the CI/CD tool like Jenkins. Also we have to mention CI/CD integration, like we integrate TestNG with the Maven and Jenkins to trigger the automation test run. Now if the interviewer asks explain with the real-time scenario where you needed the parallel execution on the retry logic in the TestNG. So मीन्स अगर इंटरव्यू में पूछा कि गिव द सम रियल बेस्ड सिनेरियो दैट्स व्हाई यू आर यूजिंग द टेस्ट और JUnit, तो हमको एक एक्सप्लेन करना पड़ेगा. ऑल्सो if the interviewer asks where you use the parallel execution in your project, that time also this answer you will help in the interview. So scenario like that, when we execute the cross browser testing in the parallel, we use the TestNG. Like, and how we have to explain in the interview. So in our project we had to ensure that our web application work across the different browser like Chrome, Firefox and the Edge. So running tests sequentially increase the execution time and significantly. So अगर हम वन बाय वन टेस्ट केसेस रन करेंगे तो हमको ज़्यादा टाइम लगेगा. So, to optimize execution time and the get faster feedback, we implemented parallel execution in the TestNG using testng.xml file. So, how to explain this answer in the interviewer? So, like that. Initially, we were running the test sequentially on the different browser, which took a long time to complete. For example, executing a test suite on the Chrome browser, Firefox, and the Edge browser around 60 minutes. So to optimize an execution time, mean to reduce the execution time, we use the testng parallel equal to test configuration in the testng XML file, which allow us to run the same test in the multiple browsers simultaneously, which reduce the execution time by 60%. Means when we use the parallel in the testng framework, means uh, टेस्ट एनजी एक्सएमएल फाइल में हमको वहाँ पे पैरेलल एट्रीब्यूट के आगे हमारा जो टेस्ट क्लास का नेम है वो पास करना पड़ेगा और जो हमारा टेस्ट केस का नाम है, ये हमारा टेस्ट केस का नाम है, वहाँ पे हमको पास करना पड़ेगा. सो बाय दिस विल ऑटोमेटिकली रन our test cases on the different browser, which reduce the execution time. So what will the outcome? So after implementing the parallel execution, the total execution time reduced from the 60 minutes to 20 minutes. Significantly, it improved the efficiency and the faster feedback on the cross-browser compatibility. So in this way, we have to explain the answer when the interviewer asks where you use the parallel execution on your project, and when give me the real time scenario that where why you are using the test engine in your project. ये दो क्वेश्चन के लिए हमको ये आंसर प्रिपेयर करना पड़ेगा. फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज why you are using the test engine in your interview in your project, and give me the real time scenario. Also the second question is give me the real time scenario for the parallel execution in the test engine. Now the second scenario we will see that where we needed the parallel execution in the test engine. So first हमने तो देखा है कि executing cross browser in the testing, ये हमने देखा है. So how we implemented the parallel execution in the test engine? So uh, first we have to create the base class with a web driver initialization. So पहले हमने बेस क्लास क्रिएट किया है, वहाँ पे पैरामीटर्स पास किया है एज अ ब्राउज़र, बिकॉज ये ब्राउज़र जो हमने यहाँ पे पैरामीटर पास किया है, ये ब्राउज़र से हम क्रोम भी ओपन करेंगे, फायरफॉक्स ब्राउज़र भी ओपन करेंगे और एज ब्राउज़र भी ओपन करेंगे. सो लाइक दैट. Then we have to create the test classes that extend the base test. So we create the test login which extend the base class, and here we are extending our base class. In the base class, we give the parameter browser to open the different browser like open the Chrome browser, Firefox browser, and the Edge browser. And in the testng.xml file, we will here we are using the like that parameter name browser and value Chrome. Here we are passing the parameter, and this will run the XML file and will execute our the different browser, means our test cases of the different browser. So how to explain in the interview? ये हमने ये देखा है. Okay. Other real-time scenario for parallel execution, like executing test cases on the multiple devices like mobile, tablet, web using Appium, running API test cases in the parallel to validate multiple endpoint quickly. Also executing regression tests in the parallel to speed up the testing before the release. In this way, we have to explain why we are using the TestNG in our project, which type of the unit framework we are using in our project, like this question. is covered by this question. So the next question is, how can you rerun the failed test cases? So first we have to explain the problem, that why we rerun failed test cases. Then we have to provide the solution, that uh, which which technique we are using to rerun the failed test cases, like TestNG, retry analyzer, or the TestNG file, fail.xml file. And also we have to give the real world scenario. So first question is, why do we need to rerun failed test cases? So in automation testing, tests may be failed due to the temporary issue like network problem, element not found error due to slow loading, or the browser timeout. So instead of marking the test as a failure immediately, we rerun the failed test cases automatically to confirm if the issue was due to the real bug or the any intermittent issue. So what solution we have to rerun the failed test cases in the TestNG? So first approach we will see using iRetry analyzer. First approach is using iRetry analyzer. So TestNG provide the iRetry analyzer to rerun the failed test cases automatically. So first we will see the create the retry class. Means first we will create the retry class like this. We will create a retry class which implement the iRetry analyzer. So iRetry analyzer is the interface. Then we use the retry in our test classes. So in the previous slide we will see how to create a retry class. Then in this screen we use the retry class in our test cases, in our test class. So how to use the this retry analyzer class in the test cases? So at the rate test, in bracket we have to provide the retry class name, that is retry analyzer equal to retry fail test dot class. How it works: if the test method fail, it will automatically rerun two more times before making it as a fail, because here we are using the retry count equal to 2. As you see, here we are using the retry count equal to 2. Now the next solution is using TestNG fail.xml file, which is used to manually rerun the failed test cases. After execution, TestNG generated test output .testng fail.xml file that contain only the failed test cases. So we can run this file separately to rerun the failed test cases. So step to rerun the failed test cases manually. So first we have to run the test suite. If the test fail, go to the test output folder and find the testng fail.xml file. Run the file using the command, and this rerun only the failed test cases. So real world scenario to impress the interior, like sometimes test case fail due to the intermittent issue like page load delay or the network problem. Instead of rerunning the entire test suite, we need a way to automatically retry the failed test cases. So for this, we will implement it iRetry analyzer in the TestNG, which allow automatic retries for the failed test cases. Additionally, we can use the TestNG fail.xml file to manually rewrite the failed test cases. So by doing this, what we get? So we get uh, execution time which is reduced by the 40% and improve the test reliability in our automation project. So how to explain in the interviews? We see this in this way we have to explain in the interviews. So we use the retry analyzer for automatic retries. We use the testng fail.xml file for manual rerun, and we also use here Jenkins concept. Now the next question is how it will help in the real project. Means when we use the iRetry analyzer or the TestNG for like XML file, so how it will help in our project. So first we will see the scenario one, that is handling dynamic web element in the e-commerce website. So in our e-commerce automation project, we had a test cases for the validating add to cart functionality. So some test cases fail intermittently because certain UI element like pop-up banners and the Ajax loaded button which appear dynamically and causing the element not intersectable exception. So the problem is the add to cart button sometimes loaded late and sometimes loaded soon because is causing the test failure. So running the entire test suite again and again, it was a time consuming. So for that we use the TestNG retry analyzer to automatically retry the failed test cases up to 2 times before marking them as a failed. And also we optimize our test script by using explicit wait to wait for the button visibility. So by doing this, we get the reduced test failure by 50% due to dynamic element and the decreased execution time by 30% as only failed test cases were retried instead of rerunning the full suite. In this way, we have to explain the real-time scenario when the interviewer asks about the real-time scenario. So you can also view the other scenario like API testing in the banking application with a network issue. Also, we can tell them the scenario like cross-browser testing in a SaaS application. So guys, in this way, I have make us a one notes which contain the 2000 plus interview question, which contains Selenium interview question, manual testing interview question, and the Java interview question. I am giving the note link in the description box and the comment box. If you like to download these notes, so please go through this link and download this note. These notes will definitely help to crack the interview from beginner level to the experience level. So in this way I have uh, provide the answer to the question with a real time scenario or syntax or the any example. Now moving to the next question. So next question is which CI/CD tool you have used in your project. So we have to explain like that. I have used Jenkins as a CI/CD tool in my automation project. We integrated our Selenium test suite with Jenkins to enable the automation test execution as a part of our CI/CD pipeline. The setup ensures that our test cases run automatically on every code commit, providing early feedback to the developer. So if the नाउ अभी ये हमने तो बता दिया कि आई हैव यूज जेनकिन एज अ CI/CD बट अगर इंटरव्यूअर ने पूछा कैन यू एक्सप्लेन हाउ जेनकिन हेल्प इन योर ऑटोमेशन टेस्टिंग प्रोसेस. So in our project we use a Jenkins to automate our Selenium test execution. We configure Jenkins pipeline to pull the latest code from the GitHub and trigger the TestNG test cases. As a result, we are published in the extent report and the failed test cases were retry using iRetry analyzer. This setup helped to achieve the continuous testing in our CI/CD pipeline and reduce the manual effort. So in this way, we have to explain the आंसर इन द इंटरव्यू. सो गाइस मैंने नोट्स में हर क्वेश्चन जो मैंने नोट्स प्रिपेयर किए हैं उस नोट्स में मैंने हर क्वेश्चन के आंसर में रियल टाइम सिनेरियो सिंटैक्स एंड हाउ टू एक्सप्लेन इन द इंटरव्यू ये मैंने सब प्रोवाइड किया है. अगर आपको ये नोट्स चाहिए तो मैं लिंक्स डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स एंड द कमेंट बॉक्स में दे रही हूँ. प्लीज गो थ्रू दिस लिंक एंड डाउनलोड दिस नोट. These notes will definitely you to crack the interview for beginner level to the experience level. Now move to the second question. The second question is a write a program to validate username. So we will see this question in the next video. I hope guys जो क्वेश्चन मैंने आपको एक्सप्लेन किए हैं वो आपको समझ में आए होंगे. सो अभी ये जो क्वेश्चन है जो हमको ये प्रोग्राम लिखना है और आई थिंक द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन आल्सो द प्रोग्राम. सो दिस क्वेश्चन विल बी द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन रिगार्डिंग द एनी कंपनीज इंटरव्यू. सो ये इंफोसिस में भी पूछ सकता है, कॉग्निजेंट, TCS, एनी कंपनीज में ये क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं. सो ये 50 to 60 क्वेश्चन है ये जो मैं स्टेप बाय स्टेप आपको एक्सप्लेन करूंगी. आपको ये सब वीडियोस देखना है विच इज डेफिनेटली यूज टू क्रैक योर इंटरव्यूज. So guys, if you like to my content, so please do like, comment and share this video to your friends. So thank you for watching. Thank you once again.